How are you?
Vice President, please. Thank you very much, Vice President.
Please keep it. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so please, ladies and gentlemen, before we all take our seats, we would acknowledge the playing of the national anthem.
Betina amida mwanu no retie mi dwom no na mo amoni manager dwom mi mete e call so ara yi ma mi te amabo no sang obi na sa me nya mi frɛ dwom no a na mo nyina je so ro 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 hi 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 ro 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 hi hi ro 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 hi hi ro ro na ya mi do
So Akunu, you know the people, just tell me the first lesson and give the first one too. They will write how much they will pay for it. We don't want to waste time. You know, somebody did a big party over the weekend. And in a very interesting way, what you spend your money on is what you celebrate. So if we believe in patriotism, scholarship, and all those beautiful things the Vice President spoke about, then let's put our money where our mouth is. So who should take the first one? Our chairperson. Okay, put your hands together for her in anticipation. She will tell you how much. And this is what we will do. For some of you who may not be able to announce publicly how much you're paying for the book, we still need that information because there are lots of paparazzi here. But it's also important for the graphic to know how much the first copy of this book by this legend was sold for. So as for the first copy, we have to know. Because we've already taken the photo. It's in the graphic top corner. So if it's a certain amount, it will not be very good. So please get the amount for me. We'll just give it's just 40. So we'll do it in 10. So I'm doing the first 10. So please help me. And choir, I'll be singing songs of praise in the background so that the people will be moved to, to support what we're doing. All right. So she's taking the first copy for 10,000. I have a question. Should I? Oh, no. Should I give it to her or somebody wants to do better? Just to be sure. Because our first copy is what we'll report. Does anybody want to take the first copy for anything higher? Or should I give it to her? For 10,000 Ghana cedis. So is there anybody who feels like raising this a notch higher? A notch higher. Okay, so 10,005, 10,004, 10,003, 2, 1. So let's put our hands together for Joanna Swanica. Thank you. Who should I give the second copy to? No, you know the people more than everybody, so we'll just give. So the first the first official copy was bought by the chairperson, also from a very iconic family, Joanna Swanika. The vice president will take the second copy. Wonderful. And what we are doing is you could just indicate on the envelope, or you tell us what form you pay. Alessandra, the fact that you are working for the vice president doesn't mean you can't buy the book. You are not like not even do like you are doing. You are not working. You are here to celebrate Amu. So give him one. Alexander, it's funny that the Ara Asaase, the actual first song was written in the Peki dialect. And if you know Evers, usually when they see Peki, they laugh at us. They say our Ewe is too funny. But Ghana's second most important song was written in our language, right? So I want to offer the third to what? Chris Randolph, good. So I wanted to offer it to my Paramount chief, but I'll give him the fifth copy. So Chris Randolph, all right, this one. Chris Randolph where's Chris Randolph? So he's taking the fourth copy. Wonderful. So first copy by our chair, second copy by the vice president, third copy by Alexander, fourth copy to Chris Randolph. And for example, in Ebe, they will say Akbe, but a Peki person will say Nesam. And we have different ways. In Ebe, they will say basket, or Kusi, we will say Am Century. So we are very unique. And so I'd like to offer one copy to the Paramount chief of Peki. And the citizens of Peki will support him to pay for it. So give him the fifth copy. All citizens of Peki will come together because Amu put us on the map. And I'm sure you also know that the EP church started at Peki Abetile. I'm sure you know this. Is the moderator here? Blengo. If my house is at 1911 Blengo, so I know. Forgive me. Where is the moderator? Or is rep? Give the sixth copy to the moderator. The global, the EP church, not global, forgive me, EP church. EP church, Ghana will take the sixth copy. And you are buying it for the church, not for yourself, so the money has to be a lot. so let's take it one by one. First copy is gone. Second copy to the vice president. I need to know the amount. Chief of staff, should I announce the amount? I shouldn't, but should I announce yours? Yeah, I'll announce yours. So Alexander doesn't want to disrespect the chair, so he took it for 8,000. He doesn't want to compete with the chair. 8,000 is good. It's within your salary range. Yes. The way John Mahama has meant the corruption, if you don't he can even arrest you for buying the book. The guy has been questioning over something, so let's be careful. Can I have the vice president? I want to just check the vice president vote. I don't want to check. But I think it's a very good standard has been set. People are now afraid of corruption. So, vice president, may you live long and prosper. Look, I don't think this is weak. This is just 20,000. It's fine. We'll take it. 20,000. So, the first copy went for 10,000. The second copy went for 20,000. The third copy for 8,000. And in similar fashion, we are going zigzag. The fourth copy went back to 10,000. So let's thank for Christian Randolph. So we've done 10, 20, 8, 10. Is it going well? I want us to go like this. Like Ghana's stock price. So the fifth copy was given to our Paramount chief. We the citizens here will come together and pay at least 5,000 for that. At least 5,000, but I'm comparing. But let me take the global evangelical. Hey, why do I keep saying global? It's comma and off. Forgive me. They are from the same source. But we are all part of the army of Jesus Christ. Anyway, EPCG Hope, 2,000 cities. Thank you very much. EPCG Hope. Is it Hope Yabe or we Hope? Which of the votes? There are a number of votes there. Number seven. Who should I give it to? Number 7. We are doing the first 10. Number 7. Can I see a hand for number 7? Number 7. In fact, number 7, 8, 9. We just want the first 10. Number 7, 8, 9. Go and give it to Dr. Fayose. He's the Christian counsel. Just go and give it to him. You think coming on there is easy. Every time you're there talking about Uganda's problem. Go and give him one. He's from the Presbyterian Church. A very good man. I think he's the General Secretary of the Christian Council. Right? Christian Council. So you are buying for the council. Put it in their library. He will tell you how much they will take for it. So, yes. Yeah, this will have a special plan for them. Yes. So, I want to know what Dr. Fayose is giving us for. Is it number 7?
Yeah, number 7.
Number 7.
Yeah.
I like the board of trustees to confer and make me an offer. I won't mention any names. As for Misono, she has son, so she's free. You can't be a board member and just come and collect one. So please do a WhatsApp meeting now and tell me what the board members are paying for one. Misono has already son, so she's out of that. But we have the Venerable Legend Islander.
We are consulting.
They are consulting. Venerable Legend Islander. Professor Lai, the author, you are also executing the book, so you are free. Akunu, don't think because you are the one organizing the book, you are part. Where is Senyo? Senyo Atiase, where are you? Senyo and then Mr. Menka, Kojo Menka. So where's my guy? Give it to him. Mr. Kwesi Amu is the chair. He will tell us what the trustees will pay for the 8th copy. So please rise and welcome Her Excellency, the Vice President, Professor Naana to bring us her remarks and also do the official launch of the book. Please put your hands together for her.
Let me begin by addressing the chair and refer to the protocol established, but also isolate my Methodist former chair of the Northern Diocese, where my own church is situated. But don't worry, I've also benefited from the Presbyterians. I was in a Presbyterian boarding school for a number of years before I went to secondary school. So we are all in this together. And unlike my son Bernard, they sang my favorite one. And that is Fumo. It's very significant for me because we should never forget that wherever we think we are today, many people have made it possible. And it's very important always to recognize them and even to, I say Professor Adaniel too, and even to acknowledge their efforts too, because without them coming forward, we would not be here. Thank you very much. I feel very humbled and privileged to stand before you on such an important day and on such an important event. We are here to celebrate the legacy of Dr. Ephraim Amu, a man whose contributions are unparalleled to our culture as Ghanaians, as he continues to show through his efforts with our needed resilience to inspire generations also. And I particularly need to thank my brother Akuno for ensuring that I was here, no matter what was going on. And of course, I'm very happy to be here. This event goes beyond the book launch, and it moves towards its appropriate destination.
And that is the celebration of a legacy, of the example. And it enjoins all of us to reflect on the impact that one individual can make on an entire generation and beyond. There's so much we can learn from it. Dr. Amu, we normally remember him as a composer, but he was more than that. He was an educator, a theologian, a visionary leader, a nationalist. And he lived a life of purpose. And he has left behind a blueprint for patriotism, self-reliance, deepened identity, national pride. He was unwavering in his commitment to Ghana's cultural identity and moral integrity. And all of these made him an extraordinary figure whose contributions even discerned his impact on music or education. And he went on to shape the national consciousness. Today, as we launch this book, we are not just recounting history. We are reclaiming a vision. This book serves as a reminder of his teachings, his guide to present and future generations. It urges us to honor the wisdom, sacrifices, and resilience of those who paved the way for our national development. Sometimes I just wonder, what was it like for him at the personal level in his quiet moments, when it's like you are running against the grain, but without that there will be no change. He was a man of many parts, a man of many gifts. He was a cultural architect. He knew that our future depended on our identity, which at the time, currently, I lament that we don't even talk about it. We don't even have discussions of our identity and where we should be heading, where our children should be heading, followed by the grandchildren. And we know all the examples he has left from the review. We know the local languages he composed in, the music, and so on. And this all begs the question, what have we done with these examples? We've heard them many times. What have we done with them? So, a charge we have to keep. He was a national influential thinker, and he truly demonstrated that progress wasn't possible when you abandoned who you were, when you abandoned your own heritage. And that, I believe, is part of the reasons why he integrates music, faith, education, to transform him into one of Ghana's most influential thinkers and cultural revolutionaries. What a man. His masterpiece, Ara Asaase, again, is not a song only. It's a call to national consciousness, a call to action, a reminder to all of us to cherish who we are, to defend our land, to develop it in the interest of everyone. And today the words remain relevant to uphold the values of unity, of respect, of discipline, of patriotism, and of self-respect. His contributions to music are very well known, but along with the song, he carries the message. And the message is to advocate for holistic education, the kind of education that nurtures intellect, morality, creativity, and above all, respect for human beings. We know his commitment to cultural preservation and self-reliance as the very foundations of life, as has been raised already. He wasn't a passive patriot. He was bold, he was deliberate, and he was transformative. He did not just talk about these, he embodied them and he lived them. His patriotism, again, was not just words. He took the necessary steps and practical ones to challenge the colonial status quo. By wearing his own clothes to church, he was just being himself. And to expect that that was an offense is interesting. But again, I ask myself, what have we learned from it? And I heard through the reviewer about his fabric that was woven. We live in a hot part of the country, and he wears cotton. What can be wrong with that? Sometimes I wonder if people like that were still alive, what would they say about us? Of all the examples they left, what have we done with them? I hear many people, especially the youth, talk to us about, oh, I want a role model. I said, they are there. And as Ghanaians see plenty. And he thought that education, especially which is a place where you nurture your human self, whatever, must be the kind that leads minds to solve problems and not to become a burden on society. We need to promote ethical leadership to ensure that honesty, service to nation are prioritized and practicalized. We need to encourage self-reliance, equip individuals with various skills that will translate into productivity. And all of these he applies in his life and he lived them. He also knew that nation building, and the nation is all of us. So it's never left to only one wing of who we think we have become. It's everybody's duty, regardless who you are, regardless what you do. And everybody, as I keep saying, brings something to the table. We don't all have to bring the same thing. Different talents are to be respected and encouraged. And of course, he lived discipline. He didn't, to the priests, he didn't preach at us to be disciplined. He led the example. And if today we face new challenges and opportunities, and even challenges and so on, we can ask ourselves if we are upholding the values of integrity and service. Are we truly embracing our identity in the way Amu envisioned? Sometimes you may say that, oh, we didn't know any better, but we have examples, at the very least, in the altar we are celebrating today. And his confrontation was on ways in which Christianity alienated us from who we could be. And that was why he challenged the colonial interpretations of faith and of contextualized Christianity. He spoke to the hearts of all of us in languages we understand. And everybody knows I've been very, very passionate about the use of our languages in teaching our children. You don't have to spend so many years trying to understand English before they begin to learn. We already have set them back. I know it's a dialogue that needs to continue, and I urge all of us, our revered priests and our traditional leaders, to support that. And we know that even as the church, broadly defined, grows and expands and so on, we can never escape the example of our celebrant tonight. He was open to other cultures, but not in ways that will defray his own. And this is something which says a global world, or whatever we want to call it. We need to ask ourselves, where are we in that group? Are we part of it? And if so, in what way? He shows us the way in which we can be part of the human drive. And he was not one of the people who was happy or contented just to speak about progress. Again, he lived it. And his commitment, which is unwavering to this country called Ghana, lays in the way he carried himself, in the lessons he taught, in the music he composed, and in the way he related even with himself before going out to others. His vision for Ghana, where people worked hard, honored their culture, upheld discipline and integrity, is something we can all walk away with.
The elders. Then we have Dr. Misono Amu, is also here. It's on the left-hand side. Mr. Ladi Lailanda is here. Reverend Professor Philip T. Lai is also a member of the Board of Trustees. I've introduced myself already, yours truly. Mr. Senyo Atiase is here, and Mr. Kojo Merikandi are not here. I also want to use the opportunity to introduce the publisher of Digging Books, Ghana Limited, who are co-organizing this program with us. Mr. Fred A. Labi, the Chief Executive Officer. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we have a number of cultural and media ambassadors of the Ephraim Amu Foundation that do a lot of advocacy work for us. And I would like to mention their names. Many of them are not here because of duty.
He's of the Ephraim Amu Foundation, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Before I start my speech, I think I need to address the issue of my name. I have a joke which is real. When I was at Oxford and the postman arrived, he would say, "Oh, madam, how do you pronounce your name?" And I said, "Search me, it's not my name, it's my husband's name." So my name is actually Odonko. I'm Johanna Koko Odonko. In fact, I'm Johanna Koko Manokwo Odonko. I married a man with this name, which I don't know how to pronounce myself. And I think it's relevant to address the name. The reason why is because I think Ephraim Amu had something to do with the Basel missionaries, and maybe that's why we are in this church today. So the name Savanikia is Danish, and my husband is a descendant of Danes who came to Ghana during the period of the transatlantic slave trade and were at the Christiansborg Castle. So this is part of our history. And what I suspect is that, I don't know if you know about Andreas Ries, but Andreas Ries was the only surviving missionary for the Danes. They sent 8 missionaries. The first 4 perished within a month. Second 4 came with a doctor, and the doctor perished first. And the last person, Andreas Ries, he then made friends with one George Lutrot, who took him to a traditional doctor, a native doctor. And that's how he survived. And in the end was advised to go to Akropong, where the air was cooler and he was more likely to survive. And I think the Basel missionaries who spoke German, they changed the name of the Svanikia to Swanika with the V, because in German you pronounce WV. So now, among the Gas, the name Svanikia is actually pronounced Swanika and considered a Ga name because the Swanikas are Gans. So that's the explanation of my name. I'll go back to my speech. It's my honor to serve as the chairperson of the launch of the second edition of the book Ephraim Amu, Nationalist Poet and Theologian. And I would like to thank the organizers, and particularly Mr. Ladi Nylander and the author, Reverend Professor Philip Lai, for doing me this honor. Let me first use this opportunity to welcome everyone here to this auspicious occasion and thank the Vice President for her presence today. I wish to congratulate Her Excellency on her election as the first woman Vice President of Ghana. It's been a long time coming and is a source of great pride and joy to us in Ghana. I'm delighted to be a part of today's proceedings, particularly because as founder and president of the Heritage and Cultural Society of Africa, HACSA Foundation for short, and Ghana's former ambassador to France and UNESCO, I have advocated the importance of safeguarding both our tangible and intangible heritage and making sure it is passed down to the next generation. Intangible cultural heritage is a dynamic, evolving form of heritage that is constantly recreated by communities and plays an important role in promoting respect and tolerance for cultural diversity, as well as development that is both sustainable and in harmony with its environment. It includes our indigenous languages, music, dances, and traditional arts and crafts, like weaving, pottery, metalwork, and even cookery. UNESCO recognizes and works to safeguard intangible cultural heritage through its 2003 convention. And I urge Ghanaians to take advantage of the opportunities it provides us and our country, which is a party to this convention. Some of you here today may be wondering what's so special about Amu. And I urge you all to make sure you buy this wonderful book today to find out. However, I'd like to illustrate his importance to our cultural heritage with just one story. In Amu's time, higher education was predominantly acquired in religious seminaries run by Europeans. Amu wanted to make the Christian church service more meaningful to African worshippers who had been made to be ashamed of their own heritage, their names, their clothing, their language, and their music. In 1931, after he preached wearing his traditional African cloth, he was summoned to appear before the church court and warned not to do it again. Amu therefore decided not to become a minister in the church, rather than accept wearing unsuitable European clothes to preach. He then became a composer and music teacher, composing in African languages and for African music instruments. Amu was a national treasure for Ghana, and Reverend Professor Lai deserves our appreciation and gratitude for keeping his legacy and memory alive through this book. I look forward to acquiring my copy of the book and hope everyone here will get their copy today. Thank you all for coming.
Once again, a round of applause for Her Excellency. And through